All right, continuing our talk with lofts, we'll try another little trick using the same example part from last time, where I do a loft that's not exactly in line with the previous creation. So what I'm going to do is actually create an offset plane from some surface. Let's say that I'm going to make it, let's create an offset plane from somewhere about the origin. That one. I'm going to move it out here. Alright, now I have something to draw with. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to loft something from this object over here. Let's see what happens. I'm going to hit this, sketch this one. I'm going to make my rectangle somewhere down here. And there we go. Now we're going to try the loft. Loft. This is my surface. This is my next one. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? There you go. So it actually translated the loft shape from its current position and angled it out to hit the one. Now again, you'll notice that I had to create a plane to draw with to make this work. Now, watch this. I can go back and edit my sketch. You know what? Let's see what happens when we get a little bit crazy and get rid of the rectangle. We're going to make a ellipse instead. I'll just delete that out. Let's see what happens. Loft is pretty much as it was. Let's see, we still got that. I may have a problem where I did it in reverse order, so I may have an issue with that. Let's try that again. Edit feature. Edit sketch is fine. Well, I thought we might be able to do that, but apparently not. I'm going to get rid of this loft. And we still, oh, I seem to have lost there's my sketch. My sketch plane's still there. Alright, so let's go edit sketch that again. Stop sketch. Let's try a loft again. Well, it does not like the fact that I got rid of that. So here's what I'm going to do. Gonna hold it this time? Nope. Okay, I'll just get rid of that. Try that again. Sketch. Well, I've lost my sketch plane too. Well, this isn't cool. Let me try this again. So, I'll do my offset. I'll construct an offset plane. Click that. Bring it out here. There we go. Create a sketch. There we are. And let's try this again. Again, remembering that lofts are more complex objects. So more things are likely to go wrong when you try to make a complex loft. So I'm going to go underneath, select my surface, select this one. Yep, I got it. Now I would have thought that I could have gone back and edit this sketch. Let's just try a simple edit by just dragging it a little bit. See what happens. That worked. We'll go back and right click on it and say edit again. We'll stretch it out. Let's see if I can make it fail. You pull it in some this way. See what happens. No, still going. So, not too bad. And then of course you can do other things. You can go in and actually create holes the same way. And other kind of interesting nonsense. So let's do this though. What I'd like you to do is basically pause the video and do what I've done. Just create an offset plane somewhere around away from your original body, and then turn around and extrude back to it with a loft. Okay? Well, actually you got to make the sketch too. So just to go over our steps once again, you have to create an offset plane. So we created it out here, a certain distance away. Then we drew an ellipse, and then we did the loft command and selected this one first and translated it to that. And then we went back into our sketch features and just changed our shapes and played with it. So don't forget, you can always come down and right click on your sketch that you created and say edit sketch, and then change things around. All right, go ahead and pause the video and do that now. All right. Now we've got other things that we can do with this technology and create some wild and crazy stuff. Sometimes it's fun just to play and see what kind of nonsense you can make, because the tools are challenging. But once you get the hang of them, you can make some amazing stuff. And as you can also see, the surface finish and those kind of things. Just the surfacing where it's nice and smooth and transition to that square, that's really cool. And that would work great with additive manufacturing technology. So let's see what I can do now. I'm going to try something different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to create a whole loft going back into the object. So here we go. I'm going to create a new sketch. Sketch it right here. And I'm going to draw another ellipse. Don't forget, you can always make lines to use for construction purposes across objects if you need to. In this case, I'm just going to draw a line to create a sort of a center point for me to lock onto. Nah, I don't actually really need to do that. I'm just go ahead and make my ellipse. So it's right there. So there, that. All right, stop sketch. Always remember to stop sketch before you do some other stuff. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do another offset plane from this surface. I'm going to go back this way. Okay. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to sketch on the surface. We're going to see how this is going to work out. This may be a little bit more challenging. So I'm going to do another ellipse. Put that right here. And let's hope that I'm still in my object when this happens. May not be. Yeah, I did okay. And hit stop sketch. Now let's try a loft going the other direction. We'll go here. And then we're going to try to make it select that, but it's not. It picked on a point. I don't want it to do that. Let me try this again. All right, I'm going to make a little trick so you can see it a little bit easier. What you can do, don't forget you can go down to your display settings down here, this little monitor, click on it, and I'm going to change my visual style to wireframe so I can see inside, and it'll be less likely to select things that I don't want to select. I'm going to try the loft again, click on this surface, click in here maybe, see if it gets it. And it's almost ready to get it. I don't want it to select the other stuff. Yeah. Now, although it's going to try to loft that, that's not exactly what we want. Let me try this again. There we go. All right, let me show you how to do that again. What you have to do is kind of deselect and reselect some stuff. So let me try that again. Loft, surface here. And it is going to want to pick on this other one. And I'm going to just kind of keep clicking around until it gets that. And then I'm going to go over here and tell it to get rid of that one. Remove that one from the group. And now it's got my circle inside and that in there. I'm telling it to do a cut. Let's see what happens. All right, go back down to display settings, visual style, shaded with edges only, and check it out. My internal cut into the part, lofted. Pretty neat, huh? Now there's been other ways to do that too. I could have told it to do that by just designing my cross-sectional profiles to have a hole in it, but pretty neat little trick. All right, so a little bit more challenging. So I'd like you to do this step as well. I want you to pause the video and then offset another plane backwards from your creation. Create an ellipse here, create an ellipse that fits within the part there, and then loft back that way to create it. All right, so pause the video and do this now. Awesome. All right, so that's the loft. What I highly suggest you do that's another feature of the loft. What I suggest you do at this point in time is play around with it, create some shapes, make sure that you go back into your sketches after you've done a successful loft, and then stretch and change the shapes of your cross sections so you can kind of see the differences and see what you can make this way. All right, we'll see you next time.